We good? We good? 7. Gina? Good evening, and welcome to the April 11th, 2023 regular session meeting of City Council. If you're with us tonight and would like to address council, please register with staff in the lobby. Please indicate item I for matters germane to City Council if the item you wish to speak on is not on the agenda. Our light system is a 3-minute light system. After stating your name and address, the green light will appear. After 2 minutes, the yellow light will appear. And after 3 minutes, the red light will appear, and we ask that you take your seat. Written remarks may be handed to the city clerk to be made a part of the record. The city code identifies the procedure for citizen participation regarding items on tonight's council agenda and provides the opportunity for citizens to address city council on matters that are germane to council. Matters that are germane to the business of the council means matters that the city council, by law, is empowered to act upon. This does not include announcements that are personal to you, your business, organization, to include campaign information. At this time, we ask that you silence your phones. Prior to beginning the business portion of the meeting, Bishop Kermit Jones with Holy Tabernacle Church of Deliverance will provide an invocation to the council. Afterwards, Councilman Ely will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. It is the practice of the council members to stand for the invocation and Pledge of Allegiance. Those who also wish to stand are welcome, but under no obligation to do so. Thank you.
Will you bow your head as I pray? Gracious God, creator of all that is, we come this evening to say thank you.
Thank you.
On behalf of all who are gathered here this evening, thank you for every blessing that you bestowed upon us. Thank you for life itself,
Yes.
for a reasonable portion of health needed to fulfill our callings, and thank you for supplying all of our needs. Thank you for the ability to be involved in a needful work and for the honor of bearing appropriate responsibilities. Thank you as well for the freedom to choose you as our God. Thank you for so loving us. In the scriptures, you have said that citizens ought to obey those that have the governing authorities over them, because you have established those very authorities to promote peace, order, and justice. So I pray for our mayor, for the various levels of city officials, and for this assembled council. I'm asking that you would graciously grant them wisdom to govern amid conflicting interests and issues of our times, a sense of the welfare and true needs of our people, a deep thirst for justice and truth, confidence in what is good and fitting, the ability to work together in harmony, even when there is honest disagreement, personal peace in their lives, and joy in their task of governing. I pray for the agenda set before them this evening. I pray that you grant them an assurance of what pleases you and what would benefit those who live and work around our beloved city of Newport News. I pray this prayer in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen.
Please leave me a pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. So at this time, we're going to do a few proclamations. So I'm going to go down there. Council, you ready? You ready?
Yes.
All right, let's do this. So good evening. It's wonderful to see so many talented athletes here with us tonight. So this is not in my notes, but I tried to play D1, but I'm a 5'10" shooting guard, so it didn't work out. All right. So if you've ever attended a city council meeting, you know that we issue proclamations. These give us the opportunity to recognize people, groups, and organizations that have made a difference in our city. Tonight, I am honored to issue not one, but 2 proclamations to some remarkable trailblazing college athletes from Christopher Newport University. I'd first like to begin by inviting the members of the Christopher Newport University women's basketball team, as well as their coaches and administration, to the front. So right now, I know we have a lot to celebrate. The CNU women's basketball team completed in their first NCAA national championship game after finishing a truly historic season. These dynamic young women worked together to win 31 consecutive games leading up to the national championship. Team members Anaya Simmons, and Sandra Fawn, did I get that? All right, received All-American honors. That's not all, though. Head coach Bill Broderick was named NCAA Division III Coach of the Year. To honor your season and achievements, I am proud to issue this proclamation. It reads, it's fancy. I'll read it from here so everybody can see the proclamation. So, whereas Christopher Newport University formed a women's basketball team in 1971, bringing talented female athletes to the city of Newport News, and whereas the women's basketball team made history by competing in their first ever NCAA Division III National Championship game on April 1st, 2023, and whereas it was only the second time that the NCAA Division II Championship was held in conjunction with the Division I and II National Championships, and whereas this marked the 50th anniversary of Title IX, the groundbreaking civil rights law that prohibits discrimination on the basis of sex and education programs, including athletics, and we're almost done, whereas the women's basketball team set a new program record with 31 victories while putting together an undefeated run to the title game, and whereas Anaya Simmons and Sandra Fan received All-American honors, and whereas the women's basketball team set a new standard of success under head coach Bill Broderick, who was named NCAA Division III Coach of the Year. Best part, now, therefore, I, Philip D. Jones, Mayor of the City of Newport News, do hereby proclaim that the 2023 Christopher Newport University women's basketball team will forever be known as a historic team that has truly inspired our entire community. The City of Newport News commends the outstanding student athletes of the Christopher Newport University women's basketball team, as well as the entire coaching staff and CNU Interim President Adelia Thompson on their historic season. Let's give everyone a round of applause. So to commemorate your achievement, we do have some gifts. We have some Newport News swag in the lobby. But before I go, we're going to do a round of photos. Can I have council come with me down here as well for this? For this final. Yeah, we love the swag. It's fine. Yeah, I'm going to do this on this side now. No? Not going to pull that. Just kidding, not going to pull that. Okay, we good? Good. Good? As long as you're good. All right, let's do it. Awesome. Let's give everyone a round of applause. If you go to the lobby, let's head that way. Thank you. So additionally, we are truly fortunate in Newport News to be able to celebrate another incredible history-making team from CNU. Will the members of the CNU men's basketball team, as well as their coaches and admin, please come up? take. Okay, we'll do this one more time. So just a few weeks ago, the CNU men's basketball team captured the 2023 NCAA Division III National Championship. This win earned them the school's first national basketball title in the 55-year history of the program. So the good news did not stop there, though. Trey Barber hit the buzzer-beating, game-winning shot in the final seconds and was named MVP of the Final Four. And also, head coach John Kirkervan was named the NCAA Division III Coach of the Year. So I now have the pleasure of sharing a proclamation in celebration of your accomplishments. So we're going to... The men's one? Can you hold it? Well, I resist, all right? So, whereas CNU formed a men's basketball team in 1967, bringing additional skilled and dynamic athletes to Newport News, and whereas Christopher Newport University men's basketball team won the 2023 NCAA Division III National Championship on March 18th, 2023 with a 74-72 victory. And whereas the Christopher Newport University men's basketball team made history by taking home their first NCAA tournament title, and whereas junior Trey Barber hit the game-winning shot in the final seconds and was selected the MVP of the Final Four, and whereas the men's basketball team flourished under their head coach, who was named NCAA Division III Coach of the Year, and whereas this incredible team made history in Newport News by bringing this prestigious honor to our great city. Best part of the night. Now, therefore, I, Philip D. Jones, Mayor of the City of Newport News, do hereby proclaim the 2023 Christopher Newport University men's basketball team will forever be known as a historic team that has inspired our entire community. The City of Newport News commends the outstanding student athletes of the Christopher Newport University men's basketball team, as well as the entire coaching staff and Christopher Newport University interim president, Adelia Thompson, on their first NCAA title. Let's give it up for all of them. So at this time, I think we're all wondering what's under here. All right, let's scoot it back. So we're going to be actually proud to display this on our city roads. Sir, you want to help me?
Yeah, billboard.
So on behalf of Newport News, I'm very proud to congratulate CNU on this win. So we do also have some swag from Newport News in the lobby, but first we're going to do some photos. If I could have City Council come up front as well. Everybody good? Tina, get in there. Hold that up. Yeah, get B2 in. Are we good? Good? All right, let's do it. All right, let's give everyone a round of applause. So at this time, let's everyone stand up, give them a round of applause as they exit and go out. Yeah, of course.
All right, thank you.
We need Councilwoman.
Oh yeah, where'd she go?
She just went out there. Tell Kim to grab her. Never mind.
You see her?
I'll be back.
No, I see her. She's coming.
She's coming back.
Yeah. Newport News is truly a city of champions, and it's. I know council gets really excited that we get to celebrate not only a high school but also a college and university that's within our border. So, best part of our job up there. So, thank you for that. Now on to the city business public hearings, page 3. For item E1, City Council will receive comments from the public on the city manager's recommended operating budget for fiscal year 2024. This is the first date of the advertised public hearing on the city manager's recommended operating budget for fiscal year 2024. Madam Manager, over to you.
Yes, Council. I'm going to ask Lisa Cipriano, the Director of Budget and Evaluation, to come forward and give Council and the public a brief overview of the proposed FY24 operating budget. And I'd also like to take a minute to say thank you to Lisa and all of her staff that are here and the excellent work that they have done pulling this budget together, as well as the whole leadership team. So Lisa and your staff, thank you.
Thank you, City Manager.
And you have the presentation that she's going to briefly go over in front of you.
Good evening, City Council, City Manager, City Clerk, City Attorney, and all the members of the public who are here to discuss what I consider the highlight of every fiscal year, unveiling the City Manager's recommended budget for the upcoming fiscal year. When we start forming this budget in late August and through March, we look at several factors that give us guidelines and guardrails for how to develop the budget. We are still in some phase of post-pandemic recovery. We know that there are still ongoing supply chain issues, and we are dealing with inflation, both from our citizens' perspective and we as the city as consumer of goods and services. And there isn't a day that doesn't go by where there's some discussion of our economic national uncertainty. When we form the budget, we form it based on City Council strategic priorities. And this year, for the third year, we are focusing on people. And our goal in developing this budget was how to uplift our citizens and enhance their lives. When the city manager presented the budget on March 28th to City Council, it became a budget of $1.1 billion. It contains the general fund, which the majority of services that citizens know, police, fire, libraries, parks, as well as several others are within the general fund, including the city's contribution to our school fund, the school operating fund in totality, and all the special revenue and trust funds. We're just going to focus on the general fund for this next portion, and the recommended budget in 2024 is $610 million. This is based on a tax rate remaining at $1.20 per assessed $100 of value on real estate, and most importantly, it fully funds the school's request of additional $3.4 million. It is the 6th straight year the city has funded the school request in its total. The general fund is a consumer of goods and services. We do not make products, so the majority of the operating budget goes to salaries and fringe benefits, which is about 46% of the budget. Our school's contribution is 20%, and all other costs that is not debt, schools, or salary and fringe benefits falls into about 26% of the operating budget. This is another snapshot of how to look at the general fund operating budget. Again, 20% or 20 cents of every tax dollars goes to support our schools. We fully fund our debt obligation and our retirement obligations, and that's about 20% in non-departmental. Public safety is about 18 cents. Health and welfare is about 8 cents. Corrections is about 6 cents. Libraries and parks is about 5 cents of every dollar. Our streets component in our public works administration is about 3 cents of every dollar, and all others is about 10 cents. There were several major funding initiatives within the 2024 operating budget. First and foremost is looking after our city employees that provide these excellent services to citizens at an average salary adjustment across the board of 5% at a cost of $8.1 million. Supporting fully funding our retirement contributions is a $7.5 million increase. Creating a debt reserve for future debt. We know that there are several very large projects coming on in the future, and so not to impact the tax rate any further, we are planning on setting aside $4.2 million as a reserve. As I mentioned before, school operations increase is $3.4 million. Our actual debt that we pay off every year, the increase in that cost is $2.6 million. We have other salary adjustments that we're looking at to keep competitive in the market, not only with other localities, but with private industry as well. And looking at job classification changes of $2.5 million, and about $2 million more in local grant match and federal grants. And of this, there's $900,000 set aside for continuing our gun violence grant initiative over a second year. We have, just like everybody else, increased costs in facilities and utilities at $1.7 million. And to support operations, there are 27 new positions of 1.2. One of the most important components of this is creating a second parents as teacher group in our Department of Human Services that will help parents deal with children with emotional and behavioral problems, children that have not had a preschool experience before. And this is a 7-person team that will address at least 80 new families in our cities. So importantly, our support for schools. The school's operating budget is $381 million based on the governor's budget of December. This includes $20 million in increased revenue from the state, $3.4 million increased revenue from the city, and the city will pay $7.4 million in debt. This also is separate, but the city funds $2 million in annual school bus replacements. We have several user fee funds, our waterworks, wastewater, solid waste, and stormwater management fund. There are no rate or fee increases proposed for any of those funds, nor are there any rate or fee increases proposed for the general fund. So the next step is City Council will continue to hear public hearings tonight, and as the mayor indicated, next Thursday. The budget is available online, and in all public libraries. There is a printed copy in the Budget Department that is accessible. City Council heard work session items today on the budget and will continue to hear that, different topics during the month of April. And certainly, we will answer any emails, any phone calls, any visits on the operating budget that citizens may have. So, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any speakers, Madam Clerk? Okay. First up is Rohan Williams.
Good evening, Mayor Jones, members of the council, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Rowan Williams. I'm the executive director for the Peninsula Alcohol Safety Action Program and also the Alexandria Alcohol Safety Action Program. I'm proud to say that we have, out of 24 ASAPs, we've risen to becoming the #1 ASAP in the Commonwealth of Virginia. So over 40 years, Peninsula ASAP has served jurisdictions on the Virginia Peninsula, which includes Newport News, Hampton, Poquoson, York County, James City County, Williamsburg, and Charles City, by providing first-class probationary support and services per the Charter Agreement, Resolution number 11957-10, that was passed January 12th of 2010 in accordance with Code Section 18.2, 271.1. Section I. Peninsula ASAP is a criminal justice program. We work with the courts, state and federal correctional and probationary programs to provide services in the following categories: case management, offender monitoring, substance abuse, use, education, treatment referrals, ignition interlock monitoring, license restoration evaluations, driver improvement, young offender intervention, prevention, just to name a few. In FY21, we served 3,625 individuals within the peninsula. Out of that number, 1,593 individuals were received services for DUI-related incidents. Newport News had 643 DUIs, or 39% of that number. In FY22, we again provide services to 3,625 individuals. 1,645 of those were DUI related. Newport News had 655 DUIs, or 40% of those individuals. As of April 7th of this year, we provided services to 1,124 residents of the city of Newport News. And of that total, 412 are DUI related, or 36%. We are mission driven, and we are mission driven to provide first-class programs and services that improve highway transportation safety by decreasing the incidence of driving under the influence of alcohol or other drug-related incidents. We, however, cannot accomplish this objective without your continued support. So I would like to thank this body for their continued support over the years since I've been at Peninsula ASAP, and without your help, we wouldn't have been able to accomplish what we have so far. All right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes,
We have one question over here.
Yes,
Councilman
ma'am.
Woodbury.
Yes, you mentioned that you also provide services for other jurisdictions. Who
Right. So no good deed goes unpunished. So in 2019, I took over Peninsula ASAP, which was at the bottom of the pile. Out of 24 ASAPs, we were somewhere around 23rd or somewhere. And since then, we have become the model agency within the Commonwealth of Virginia. The City of Alexandria program collapsed, and the state asked me to go in and fix the program, so now they have a viable, sustainable program. I'm also working with the city manager and his team in Alexandria to put in place a program that will be able to withstand the test of time, so to speak.
Well, congratulations to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Right, and Mr. Williams, we've talked
many times.
Yes, ma'am.
So, and I know there was an issue, so is the state still support, did they continue to support the program?
Right. Very good question. ASAPs, by the way the code was written in 1975, it was passed under emergency legislation, and it was very well written. I'll just put that out there. The ASAP programs were originally developed to be fee sustainable. City of Newport News has a 14% poverty rate. The national average is 11%. Newport News, on average, provides, if I could put it this way, we serve, out of all the jurisdictions, Newport News is consistently, we're serving about 40% of all services. So out of that 40%, you're looking at somewhere around 25–30% that are indigent clients or clients who cannot pay their fees. So we, going into the program, and this is not unique by any way with Newport News. Hampton has a 14% poverty rate. And most areas on the peninsula is somewhere hovering around there. So we, going in, we had to think about creative ways on how to be cost efficient, streamline, so we can hire people and provide the same amount of services or better services in the 21st, 22nd century moving forward. We can't keep doing things the way we used to do in the old days. But the city has stepped up and provided some funding for us, so has the other municipalities on the Virginia Peninsula.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right.
Next up, we have Stephen Ferguson.
I think he left his notes. How are you doing, Mayor, council folks, city manager? My name is Steve Ferguson. I live at 200 Parkway Drive, Newport News, Virginia. I'm here to speak on the proposed budget and the tax rates. Newport News currently has the highest tax rate on the peninsula. And I've seen the budget, and you plan to raise the assessments by an average of 10%, which means raising taxes. With that combination, we're not going to draw potential citizens to our city. Adding to that the increased teacher shortage, the nearly highest meal tax in the country, and the difficulty of moving or starting a business in our city, we're driving potential and current citizens away from our city. We have $1 billion plus budget, and currently we don't have $1 billion plus city. Our neighboring cities' property tax rates are as follows. Hampton's $1.18 per hundred. York County's 78 cents per hundred. Williamsburg, 64 cents per hundred. Suffolk, $1.09 per hundred. Isle of Wight, 85 cents per hundred. And James City County, 85 cents per hundred. I chose those cities because they all adjoin our city here in Newport News. I'll give you a real-life example. My real estate assessments in Newport News are going up as high as 17%. With the same property value in Williamsburg, it would cost me nearly $7,000 less to live in Williamsburg. We have to reduce the tax rate and give our citizens some relief. Newport News, according to population numbers, we are a shrinking city. We have to make changes. We have a failing school system. Newport News started this school year with an excess of 270 teacher vacancies, and the school board's predicting that to increase dramatically going into next school season. Newport News currently ranks in the public school system review 119th out of 135 school systems in the state of Virginia. In conjunction with high property tax, high meal tax, and the difficulty moving a business to our city, we're on a road that we don't want to be on. If we keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, that's the definition of insanity. The voters of this city elected y'all to do better. We have to lower the tax rates to comparable cities. We have to support our teachers, and we have to support our businesses. I encourage this council, the mayor, and our city manager to rethink the way we do business. We can't keep doing it the same way. I thank you for your time.
Thank you. Ashby Kilgore.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Ashby Kilgore, and I live in Newport News, and I'm currently serving as the president of the Board of Trustees for the Virginia Living Museum. Now, my devotion to this museum begins with their educational mission, as I was an educator. The museum educates students across the peninsula through school field trips, virtual lessons, and their own family visits. Students' experiences at the museum provide active and hands-on lessons about our natural world right here in Virginia that foster a long-term sense of wonder and a sense of responsibility for our environment. So I'm here tonight to thank you for including the museum in your annual budget. Your support is reinvested in this community through the Virginia Living Museum as we serve hundreds of thousands of visitors each year. With your support, we educate about our state ecosystems and our planet with living animals and with plants, as well as our non-live collections. We attract approximately 280,000 guests annually and many more outside our region through social media. We support and we serve approximately 7,000 families as members of the museum. We care for 240 species of living plants and animals every day at the museum, and we train and involve more than 400 community volunteers at the museum. And we made it through COVID, and we're still growing in the community. So we hope to inspire guests and students to participate in natural sciences. We offer free and reduced admission days during the year to all of our residents. We hope that everybody can enjoy the museum, so our community education program allows the museum to provide free admission to organizations that serve our community also. So this partnership with the museum and the city is a model public-private partnership for over 57 years in this community. And you support with that partnership a mission that is built by the community, beloved by the community, and sustained by the community. So I thank you for your service to our community, and I sincerely thank you for continuing to support the museum. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would just like to congratulate the museum, and I have very often suggested that you all can become even more popular and more lucrative if you would start a preschool and after-school program. It would really help, I think, with your finances and with your growing interest for families. Thank you.
And we are starting a partnership with your new preschool.
Okay.
That's a step in the right direction.
Well, just do before and after.
Next up, we'll have Jamie Starkey.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor.
Evening.
City council members, city mayor, I'm sorry, the other gentleman, city manager. Thank you. My name is Jamie Starkey. I live at 42 Madison Lane South in Mary Point Estates. It's a beautiful, older establishment here in our city. My house is 70-something years old now, and I just got our tax assessment, and it went up 18%. my assessment. It is a big shock because, I mean, I'd love to see this house be worth this much, but I plan on living in this house. And to live in this house, I need to pay my taxes and just live a normal life. And so it went up $90,000 or $60,000. I'm sorry, I did not plan a speech like this gentleman. I got off the phone from talking to our assessor today, and I decided I'm going to come. We do have the highest rates around, and we also have the highest rates for restaurant taxes, more than Hampton. And there's just, we're wondering, what do we have here to let us stay here and bring people in to be able to live? So all I'm asking is that you please reconsider our tax rate and help us out, the citizens here, to be able to live in our homes and live in this pretty area that we have. Thank you.
Thank you. Uganda Sample Jones.
Good evening, Council, Mayor Jones, and council members. My name is Uganda Sample Jones. My address is 2115 Madison Avenue. And today I'm here because I'm proud to serve as the president of the Newport News Neighborhood Watch Coalition. So I want to thank you for your continued support of over 30 active neighborhood watches across our city in your recommended budget. With the community support funding, the coalition has been able to provide motion detector lights to light up dark alleyways and provide ring cameras to empower residents to keep their neighborhoods safe. We have led countless community walks and cleanups and participated in national events such as National Night Out and the Great American Cleanup. With this funding, we have also been able to connect with resources to get things like speed humps, help residents maneuver through government departments to get stoplights and children at play traffic signs in neighborhoods. Last year at our annual conference, we had over 120 residents show up to get information on how to work with the City of Newport News and our officers. We support relationship building between our officers, Newport News Police Department officers, and the residents that they serve. And this partnership has proved to strengthen communities and deter crime in hotspot areas in our city. We look forward to working with our new city leadership to build stronger, safer neighborhoods with our neighbors that care for our neighbors. Also, as a resident of the East End community, I want to thank Mayor Jones for your request to reevaluate our tax rates during the April 14th work session. I believe this is a step in the right direction to make sure some relief to our residents is there. And thank you.
Thank you. Janice Bowser.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Janice Bowser. I'm at 1341 26th Street in Newport News, and I'm a long-term resident of this wonderful city. And I also wanted to come before you this evening to let you know how much I love this city, and also to let you know how disappointed I was when I received my real estate tax notice. I am a homeowner and have been one for a long time and pay my taxes, and I want to continue to pay my taxes because I see the different things and changes that the city of Newport News has grown over the years. I've been a resident of Newport News since 1972, and I've seen changes in that time, and some of them are very positive. I want to continue with that, and that's why I have no problem paying my taxes. But these recently, it's just elevated, and it just seems to be out of control. And I've come to you this evening hoping that you will reconsider and lower the tax rate, because what has happened is the property values are increasing and the tax rate is going up. I mean, it's just too much. It really is. And I know that I'm not alone here and with the same issue, so I don't have a prepared speech, but I did want to speak from my heart and wanted you to know, just as a citizen, that this is something very serious and needs to be reconsidered. I also understand that the proposed budget that was provided a few months ago was based on the current tax rate at 1.20, and I am truly asking that that be looked at again with a lower tax rate. Thank you.
Thank you. Before we have the next two speakers, I do want to speak up. So thank you, everyone who's coming out. I think Mr. Ferguson and I, we talked a few weeks ago, but I've always said I think it's the duties and responsibilities of a well-informed electorate makes up democracy. So I'm grateful that everyone is here. Just as a reminder, this is the recommended budget, and what's going to happen is we're going to hear all of the public hearing. From there, council will then adopt a budget. So this is only the recommended budget. We are still having discussions on the tax rate. I would like to see it lower, and I know others on council would as well. There's still some internal discussion, as you can see via work session, but this is only the recommended budget. We have not adopted said budget. We will not adopt a budget until after we've heard from citizens. Next up is Chanel Ketchmore.
Good evening,
Evening.
Honorable Mayor and distinguished council. My name is Chanel Ketchmore. I am the founder of Ketchmore Kids, and I am a resident of Newport News. We want to encourage council to, make sure that you adopt a budget that is in alignment with the needs of all community members. We want to encourage council to adopt a budget that continues to support gun violence intervention and prevention. Is critical. We make it look easy, but the work that we do is not easy. It's high risk, and it helps to increase public safety. It takes a special skill set to be able to build rapport, establish trust, develop relationships, have open communication, and move in and out of the spaces that we are easily able to move in and out of. Not to disregard any loss of life, but I know that the work we have been doing has made a difference because our team members have intervened when individuals have had firearms and wanted to retaliate against others. Our team members have worked with young people in the detention center who have malicious wounding or other gun charges, and they have now committed that when they are released, they're not picking up a gun anymore. They want to lead a positive life path, and we help them chart that journey. I have a master's degree in psychology, over 20 years working in this field. CNU is my alma mater, so I'm very excited about that win. Right? So we also understand the impact that trauma has when it happens over and over again. We work with young people and families who unfortunately are used to hearing gunshots. They know multiple people who have been killed and hurt through violence. They know multiple people who are in jail or in prison. Sometimes that is self-accountability. Some of that is environment. Some of that is systematic. So we are continuing to do our part, and we thank you all for your support. This past weekend we had an event, an Easter event, and many of you helped us to promote that. And that event was bigger than just Easter eggs and bunny rabbits, and we put this on our social media because when things go wrong, everyone shows up and wants answers, right? And we like to also show up when things are going right and to help create positive memories. So thank you, Councilman Harris, for being there. Thank you, Councilman Long, and I know many of you others would have been there, but thank you so much because it makes a difference. But please support the gun violence intervention and prevention funding at the fullest capacity possible. Thank you.
Thank you. William Armstrong.
Mayor, members of the City Council, good evening and happy spring.
Evening.
It's nice to get some warm weather. My name is Bill Armstrong. I am a very happy citizen of Newport News. And my topic of discussion, Mayor, tonight, it's already been discussed with other of our fellow citizens. It's the notice of change in the tax assessment. So I just wanted to add a couple of possible solutions for your consideration after the meeting. You guys, all y'all can decide. But the two possible solutions, Mayor, would be, right now the tax rate over the past 2 years has gone up on average in my area of Kiln Creek, roughly 6.5% to 7%. This year, as of July 1st, they're discussing raising it up to about 18%. That's a pretty drastic hike. The other part of that, Mayor, is the assessment of our homes. On average, has gone up about 5% a year, and the assessed value is going up well over 12% for all of our homes. But the increase of the home value is not matching the sales price of the homes. So I would hope that all members would take that into consideration in discussion about lowering the proposed tax percentage. And thank you so much, all of you, for your service to our great city of Newport News. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That's the last card that I have. Is there one more for the? No, so we still have some citizen comments at the end. Is this for the budget or for general items? Okay. What's the name, ma'am?
My name is Joyce Betts.
Yeah. Don't worry. We're gonna get to you. I see it. Don't worry. I didn't skip you. I got it, Mabel. I got it. Is there a motion to continue the public hearing to Thursday, April 13th, 2023 at the Denby Community Center?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Call the roll, please.
Vice Mayor Bethany,
4.
Councilman Ely,
4.
Councilman Harris,
4.
Mayor Jones,
4.
Councilman Long,
4.
Councilwoman Vick,
4.
Councilwoman Woodbury.
4.
Motion carried, 7-0.
Thank you. Consent agenda item F contains the following items. Page 23, minutes of the work session of March 28th, 2023. Page 77, minutes of the regular meeting of March 28th, 2023. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda items F1 and F2 all inclusive?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Vice Mayor Bethany,
4.
Councilman Ely,
4.
Councilman Harris,
4.
Mayor Jones,
4.
Councilman Long,
4.
Councilwoman Vick,
4.
Councilwoman Woodbury.
4.
Motion carried, 7-0.
Thank you. Other city council actions. Next on our agenda, page 89, item G1, Madam Manager.
Yes, this is a request to approve a resolution amending resolution number 7103-92 and voiding and superseding all other resolutions pertaining to the Newport News Human Services Policy and Management Team, and I recommend approval.
Are there any speakers? Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll.
Vice Mayor Bethany,
4.
Councilman Ely,
4.
Councilman Harris,
4.
Mayor Jones,
4.
Councilman Long,
4.
Councilwoman Vick,
4.
Councilwoman Woodbury.
4.
Motion carried, 7-0.
Page 94, item G2, Madam Manager.
It's a request to approve a resolution authorizing and directing the city manager to execute the First Amendment to the lease agreement by and between the City of Newport News and PCT LLC for 19,397 square feet of space located at 610 Thimble Shoals Boulevard for Fire Department and Fire Marshal Administration Services. I recommend approval.
Are there any speakers? Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll.
Vice Mayor Bethany,
4.
Councilman Ely,
4.
Councilman Harris,
4.
Mayor Jones,
4.
Councilman Long,
4.
Councilwoman Vick,
4.
Councilwoman Woodbury.
4.
Motion carried, 7-0.
Thank you. Appropriations, page 100, item H, Madam Manager.
Yes, we have one appropriation, and it's a request to approve a resolution appropriating $90,000 from Virginia Department of Housing and Community Development Industrial Revitalization Fund Planning Grant for a survey and feasibility study of 2591 West Avenue, and I recommend approval.
Are there any speakers? Is there a motion to approve item H1?
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Vice Mayor Bethany,
4.
Councilman Ely,
4.
Councilman Harris,
4.
Mayor Jones,
4.
Councilman Long,
4.
Councilwoman Vick,
4.
Councilwoman Woodbury.
4.
Motion carried, 7-0.
Thank you. Citizen comments. Item I, citizen comments on matters germane to the business city council. I will call each name in the order that it appears in front of me. Joyce Beggs.
Hello, Council. You have a beautiful city, Mayor and Councilman. You're doing a very good job. My name is Joyce Beggs. Me and other women across the United States helped pass the domestic violence bill. And no city did we approach was developed like Newport News. You had the ability to bring churches, organizations, all of the beautiful organizations that is in this room tonight, and you had your community. You did something that us women, and when I say us, I mean Native Americans, Republicans, Democrats, Independents, we worked hard. My mayor, Mr. Eason, the late Mr. Eason, gave one call to your city, and you sent volunteers to me at Hampton. I tell you, it's really hard to sit back and not let you know how brilliant you was. And this problem that we're dealing with the First Amendment and the Second Amendment, you have the ability in front of the world to deal with that. You was brilliant. No one in this world brought communities together and be as strong as you were and as you are now. It's just that no one never told you. I had to let your volunteers go after they helped me find my great-grandfather who came to Hampton for his freedom. Because the contraband slave history was erased, so the Lord gave me another mission. So I've been working on that mission. It's been hard. But I just want to take this time to let you know how brilliant you were. No one have never been able to bring all aspects, every little area of your community together for one purpose. If you don't believe me, look at the bill that President Clinton signed. You had everything, and what we could not get in Congress, to add the 10% of men to that bill. But I want you to keep being brilliant. You're beautiful, and even my granddaughter's taking ballet in your town. It's beautiful. I just want to thank you. You have the God-given souls here to address our children who's been affected by COVID. Our children are acting out because of that. And the only way that we're going to solve that problem, as you are before the world now, is to take one of the late justices' stand of protecting that third party and bring the 10 Commandments in the classroom, even if it's just for 2 years. Children do not know what honor their mother and father means anymore. They don't know what thou shalt not kill, steal, all these things. If you brought all the churches together, when I say all, you brought them all together, you can do this. You can solve the nation problem.
Thank you, ma'am.
Amen.
Next up is Teresa Lassiter.
Good evening.
Good evening.
We do have some information to pass to you guys. You can actually see that, what we are looking for. We're just here basically. My name is Teresa Lassiter. I'm the Executive Director of the Legacy of Hope Foundation. We're located at 239 Buxton Avenue in Newport News and 23607 zip code. And we provide free resources to the community as well as education, and we empower. We just want you guys to know that we're here. This is our Vice President of our board, Gwendolyn, and our Treasurer, Anissa, and my husband, support. So we've been in operation since October 2020. We started, my aunt had passed away, and she had an abundance of clothing and non-perishable food, and we started to give those out. And once we saw in the midst of COVID there was a need, and so we continued that till this day. We purchased the building at 239 Buxton Avenue in August of 2021 as a resource and empowerment hub. So that we can actually give out the clothing and the non-perishable food, but we didn't want to stop there. We also wanted to educate and empower. One of the things that we do with our youth is have a youth empowerment mentoring every second and fourth Saturday for 2 hours. We're with them. We're giving them biblical principles as well as arts and crafts and feeding them lunch as well. We just had a youth empowerment week during spring break. That was to give the children something to do during spring break. We had our first legacy walk on last Saturday, which we walked 2.5 miles through our community in that area. So we thank God for that, and we I think Chief Drew is still back there. He came out with his some police officers. The kids were very excited. We had some kids walk as well. They got to get in the police car. They got to walk through the neighborhood, and so we just want you guys to know that we are here to help. We're here to collaborate, and I didn't realize the budget part was at the beginning, but we would like to be a part of your budget because we do need to renovate the 239 Buxton Avenue. We purchased that building, but there's a lot of work to be done, and if we can get that renovated, then we can definitely have more kids involved, more families involved, and be able to be a help into the community and bring that hope that we believe is needed. That's all.
Thank you.
Quick question for you.
Yes.
Did you apply for funding from the city?
I sure did. I applied, and we did not receive any funding from the city, but we did apply for the gun violence grant. We thought that we would be eligible because we are a proactive, preventive solution to youth violence because we try to catch the kids before they get into trouble. So hopefully you'll have another one. Maybe we'll have to hire somebody to help us through the grant process, but
Well, no, that's why I asked if process if someone could mention what it is to apply for the community support. I think we have staff here that can help you do that.
Okay. Great. And plus, we don't usually pay for facilities. Yeah, we don't use the funding for facilities or renovations. It's usually for program.
Which is fine. We'll use it for the program because we have other avenues that we can. But if we have other avenues that we can use for the renovation, but to do the programs and to include that in our budget as far as when we open up the building, their lights have to be paid and the classroom have to be taken care of and all of that, we can use that to help with the children, taking them on field trips and different things like that. So we can apply for a grant for that. I believe you guys had a loan as well. So if we can.
We can have staff stay afterwards.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alan Archer, Assistant City Manager.
Yeah. Pam Hall.
Good evening.
Good
I'm
evening.
Pam Hall, and I live in the Southeast community. Democracy is a way of governing which depends on the will of the people. We, the people of the Southeast community, want to keep Huntington on the school-owned property at 3401 Orchid Avenue. We also deserve a new community center. The Southeast community has been neglected while the Tech Center Shopping Center and City Center were infused with our tax dollars. To keep communities vibrant, funds and services need to be allocated to help maintain them. We deserve to have our voices acknowledged and our tax dollars spent as we see fit, not people outside of our community telling us what we can have. We have educated Southeast community residents that are capable of making decisions about what is best for our community. We, the people of the Southeast community, did not select the names Lift and Rise because it has no significance to the Southeast community. Bring democracy to the Southeast community and do not be influenced by the mayhem to destroy democracy which appears daily in the news. Many have died so that we could have a democracy, and we should honor their sacrifices. Thank you.
Thank you. Simon Pernello. Simon Pernello? Okay. Lily Robinson?
Hello, everybody. Y'all look so good. And them young boys from Christmas, I missed that part. I tried to get over here at 6:30 to be first, but last camp, that was beautiful. They are so handsome and fine. Good evening to all of y'all. I hope y'all had a safe, blessed, and happy Easter and Palm Sunday and stuff. I got 2 out of 3. I had a blessed and a happy. Because yesterday I got to be a great grandmother and stuff. Now this one is down here with me, not in Georgia. So first of all, I'm not gonna ramble on. I made myself and stuff because I be rambling on and going on and crying and everything. I don't intend that to do that tonight. Because I called your office and I talked to Phyllis and I had a good talk.
She's amazing.
Past that. And first of all, I just want to get Huntington out of the way with what Pam said. Because I called your office and asked what you're going to be over there down the Gross. I went over there. I went to Huntington, but I didn't graduate. I left in the 9th grade and, you know, moved up to New York and stuff and worked and came back here. Anyway, had my son. But they got everything they want. The man was asking for the stadium and how many seats and stuff. Then this and that. Okay, now they're building all around there. When March, the end of March, I didn't know that they had put fences up there at the Scott Center and the Door Miller behind the U.S. Navy veteran and stuff. Our children locked out all this week. They've been out of school. I asked them over there in the meeting what we supposed to do with them. I know that church over there on 24th Street, they sending some to, but what about the rest? And second of all, I need Pam them because y'all can't leave no Whitaker place, not Whitaker Hospital because it was Whitaker Hospital. And the Salvation Army took them and had the homeless in there before the COVID. And they let it close down. Now they don't remodel, reinvented it and made an apartment with SSI people, mental people, and all kinds of stuff. I don't have nothing against it. My son has mental illness. And I'll tell anybody, mental illness seriously runs in my family. But how you going to leave the old Whitaker Hospital there where our family and stuff done died? And you got young kids all over this campus, but they done sold it to somebody else. And now they made that out there for them. They didn't do it before the COVID when the Salvation Army, Hampton Salvation Army, not Newport News. Newport News ain't helped us and stuff. And that needs to be getting back to the Huntington people so they can build some more because Whitaker is our heritage. Our family members went there and died and stuff. How you going to leave there with SSI patients and everything? And the same thing for the YWCA. We went there young. I went there to help people be voting and everything, fixing food. That's another by hers. And now they tell us somebody else on it. How you can sell something that don't belong to the city that's ours, our family? Just like they were saying and stuff. They haven't tried to come in there and do nothing and stuff. Nothing at all. So I need y'all and I need Pam them to get with y'all because my great-grandchild or grandchildren, and they're going to be going there. I have 2 down here now and stuff. But they're going to be going to that middle school sooner or later. Same way I used to tramp the roads of Huntington Middle School with my grandchildren and my nephew them, and they ain't get no help and stuff. And all the shooting and guns and stuff. That's where it started from. So
thank you, ma'am.
That's for Pam there. But this right here, I need to talk to Miss Vick and you and everything. This is what I come from, housing. I just left court today with them people.
So, ma'am, how about this? We're at time for the comment, but I'll come see you right after the meeting. How about that?
You did that the last time. You said
and I'll come
and it
again.
didn't work.
Okay, we'll do it after.
You can't keep pushing me off. I'm tired. I've been in court early and stuff. People have gotten up here and talked. I just want to get Huntington out of the way.
Okay.
I came here for housing.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
And I want them to know and stuff that they got me in the back of a church.
Yeah.
And how safe was my weekend? Thursday night until Friday morning at 3 a.m. on 32nd Street and Madison Avenue. A 42-year-old woman got killed right where I used to live at from that slum blower before I moved to the back of the church. Friday into Friday night, 3-year-old child got killed. 3 blocks cross and 3 blocks up on Chestnut Avenue. I go to food line to get my ham for Easter, because Walmart ain't had the Smithfield one. I come back, my street is blocked off.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's not safe.
We'll talk. And Councilman Long actually is the.
But
the
I want to
housing
tell
czar,
Ms.
so.
Vick, I'd like to ask Ms. Vick a question. Did you go over there, you took that picture of my rent and the differential what they was embezzling me from. You had to send it to that lawyer today, because when I got in court, yeah, when I got in court.
We're just for the business of the council. We're gonna talk after if that's okay. But I hear you. I hear you.
We'll
talk, Ms. Lilly.
We showed up
Okay.
because I didn't appreciate you, and you not feeling that we were being mistreated and everything and stuff. Because you got it going on and you made it. That's fine. You're blessed. But you see me and you came to my house. He asked you to see me and stuff, and you think it's all right. And I don't have that bad roast infestation, and I should be glad I'm paying $461 when they've been embezzling me, and I've been paying $624. So I will see you after that. And I will be back again, Mayor Jones and stuff. But let them do that for Huntington, because we're not going to take no Whitaker Hospital where our parents and grandchildren and
I hear you,
babies
ma'am.
die.
I hear you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Next is new. Thank you. Our next item is new business. Madam Manager.
Nothing, sir.
City Attorney.
Nothing, sir.
City Clerk. Councilman Ely.
Nothing, sir.
Councilman Harris.
Yes, real quick. First, I want to thank everyone for coming out and speaking on your issues that are priorities to you and what we can do as we move forward with our budget process. We appreciate that, and we will see those that couldn't make it out tonight on Thursday, if I'm correct, at the Denby Community Center, which is on my side, our side of town, me and Council Vice Mayor Bethany. I just wanted to congratulate a couple people. Majority of them are in the North District, and these are the elementary school principals from Dutrow, which is Miss Karen Brown, Jenkins Elementary, Kelly Stewart, Catherine Johnson Elementary, Dr. Angela I'm mispronounced her name, Miss Dr. Angela, then Miss McIntosh, Miss Kamisha Davis, in Sedgefield Elementary, Jackie Barber, and then from Highway Elementary, Brian Lieberman, as they put together the first time that I've been able to be invited and be a part of it, an elementary school student-athlete basketball tournament that took place yesterday. And it was amazing to see those young people, 3rd, 4th, 5th graders running around, feeling like student athletes and being able to just have some fun after spring break. And it was brought together from those elementary schools as they preached to those kids about the importance of academics and able to be a part of athletics. And they went out there, had a good time, and I just wanted to commend them for putting that together, and it was a great event on yesterday. And then I just want to, as we started the fourth quarter of the second semester in Newport News Public Schools, I just want to take a minute to encourage all of our students as they went back today to go forward with the fourth quarter towards the end of the school year, just to continue to work hard. I know there's been a lot of things going on this school year, but I just wanted to encourage them publicly and all the staff and educators that work in these buildings and school board, just to continue to encourage them and give them a shot of positivity as they close out this school year strong this fourth quarter, and look forward to June when we get to attend some of those graduations, whether it's promotion ceremonies for 5th graders, middle school going to high school, and of course our commencement ceremonies for all of our high schools. So, because they went back today, I know they were excited about going back from spring break, and I just wanted to encourage everyone to finish up this school year strong. And that's all I have, Mayor Jones.
Thank you. Councilman Long.
All right, always thank you for coming out and presenting your concerns, interests to council, especially also when we're doing some good as far as Catch More Kids. I appreciate you coming down and speaking today. Only one thing I have to say, hopefully my wife is watching at home. This is my anniversary, so happy anniversary, honey. And 8 years. 8 years, so hopefully you're at home and you're watching. Happy anniversary.
Thank you. Councilman Vick.
Yes, I want to say welcome to Bishop Jones. It's so good to see you. Always good to see our North District people down here in the South. Thought I'd add that for you. But yeah, and I really want to thank our Parks and Rec Department for
working with me so diligently to get our Let's Talk Parenting event a couple of weeks ago. Oh my God, it was such a great turnout. Thank you, Mayor Jones, Vice Mayor, for coming out to support, and really appreciate the parents being honest with the conversation to say what they can add to help us working with their children to alleviate this problem of violence in our city. And the Hampton Roads Social Justice Conference is taking place here in our city from April 10th through the 12th. And I was the panelist speaker yesterday talking about the updates of the city as it pertains to our South District. But I am so excited that there are so many participants at that conference, and they are coming as far as Louisville, Kentucky, here in Newport News. So it's a huge conference, so many people coming together just to come up with solutions to our problems within the city as it relates to violence, as it relates to, redlining and some of the injustices that have been done throughout our history to people of color. And so if you get a chance, please stop by, or if you can't do that next year, be prepared to register and attend the conference, because it's very much worth your time. And I want to say thank you. Last weekend, there were so many citizens, my heart was overjoyed because there were so many citizens who took it upon themselves to have different Easter events for the children. So just want to thank the community leadership for all you do for the help of our children and to make sure that they're taken care of. And that's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman Woodbury.
I just want to wish everybody happy Easter, and may the things that Easter represents be in every one of our lives and spread throughout our community. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Vice Mayor.
Yes, so want to say congratulations again to the CNU men's and women's team. They represented not only their school well, but they represented the city well. And then the last bit that I'll reiterate that was already mentioned was the process. The budget that you all saw first, or the tax rates or assessments that you all received, is the city manager's recommendation. We've already been talking in great length about the different possibilities that we have with the budget, and so I just wanted to make sure that that was known. And then, of course, Uptown will have this Thursday another opportunity to continue the conversation on the budget. And so you are heard, we hear you, and I'm also a resident, so I feel you at the same time. So I just wanted to make sure that that was clear. And so thank you so much for coming out tonight, and look forward to seeing you Uptown Thursday. Thank you.
Just two things. Just one, thank you for everyone who came and let your voice be heard. It's a sort of two-way contract, and this, the most important part, is to hear your priorities for our city, all of us that are here together. So thank you for coming out tonight. Hopefully those who couldn't make it will be able to either send in questions, to call, or to come Thursday night. On a more somber note, I think I spoke last council meeting about the shooting that happened. Well, unfortunately, there was another shooting that happened. My dear friend, Mayor Craig Greenberg, who actually, if you look at his story, while he was a candidate running for mayor, was actually 6 times someone tried to shoot him while he was running for office. And so for him to be the mayor of Louisville and going through it, I just wanted to say that we stand with him, and that it's getting tired that there's so much gun violence in our country. But I am glad that we have a strong council, a strong manager, a strong police chief, fire, etc. There's a lot that's going on around the country, but I am. It makes me my heart strong and glad that we have such a strong leadership team. So thank you for coming out, and my heart stands with Louisville tonight. Thank you.